She'll have something to say. I'll pass it on.
Yeah, we could do. Right. You know, Mike could do.
I'm coming tomorrow. Oh, big time.
You can't be a Joe, you know, you can sing all the way over there, Joe. Were you hiding over there so you can get out?
Well, yeah, the Kathy
Oh, consent agenda.
consented. I just said that.
Ready?
That's maybe easy. I got one to do.
All right, sounds good to me.
I wouldn't mind going home either.
Recording in progress.
All right.
Good evening, I'd like to call the 2025 reorganization meeting to order. Everyone please rise for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everyone please stay up. Please stay standing. I'd like to have a moment of silence for late President Jimmy Carter, as well as the victims of the New Orleans attacks. Yes. Thank you. All right. I'd like to welcome everyone tonight. Just a couple of updates for the public. So at the end of 2023, December 23rd, I believe, the governor, through the DEC, released a number of award recipients for the WQIP, the Water Quality Improvement Program, as well as the Climate Smart Communities grant program. So we were awarded $10 million for our South Fallsburg wastewater treatment plant, which is going to go a long way towards getting that built. The reason we were eligible to apply for such a grant was because the new proposed plant is designed to put in better quality water than we're currently putting into the Never Sink. So basically, we were essentially improving the water quality of the Never Sink with this project, which made us eligible for this $10 million grant. And the other grant we received through the Climate Smart Communities was close to $187,000 to replace a culvert on Pleasant Valley Road. It's nothing that I did or anyone on this board did. This is something that all of our employees, or a specific number of our dedicated employees, worked very hard to do, along with our consultants that helped us put in the application in the first place. Also, I'd like to just point out that our food pantry is still in effect for 2025. It's still going on, I believe, the last Monday of the month between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. at the Senior Center. We're still getting free transportation through Rolling V. As long as people are using that transportation, we'll continue to offer it. Also, we have a skates park survey that's out right now. I suggest anyone, whether you're for it or against it, or if you're for it but you want to see it done a certain way or in a certain design, I suggest you go to the town website or town Facebook page and get the link and make your voice heard on that matter. And then also we have this Thursday. So this Thursday we're going to be in observance of the National Day of Mourning for President Jimmy Carter. It was declared a federal holiday. Post office and a lot of the various places are going to be closed, and including the county and the town of Fallsburg. So all town offices will be closed on Thursday, with the exception of the police department and any emergency personnel. All right, so with that, I'd like to move to correspondence. Well, we will still have the planning board meeting on Thursday. We haven't noticed, we didn't change the notices on that. That's still going to be occurring on Thursday evening at 7 p.m. in this room. At this point, I would like, before we move on to correspondence, I would like to give the floor to Legislator Perillo if he wants to speak.
I have some news, I guess. All right, so Happy New Year, everybody. Couple things happening in the county. I don't know if you guys are aware, they're trying to bring a landfill to the, I guess you would call it the north side of Fallsburg by Woodburn. There's a farm up there that they're trying to either purchase or eminent domain, I understand. But where they want to try to put this dump is, I don't know if it's a fact yet, but I've been hearing rumors that they're trying to put a landfill on the town of Fallsburg border. They're also trying to put a landfill on the Mamakating side also. So we put a resolution together, the county, to try to stop them, because we know, as you know, I mentioned about waste energy. So that's one reason, number one. But in Fallsburg side, that's by the water aquifer, by the river, that could be an issue. So I will look into that, and then you guys can pass a resolution that you're against it, and I will support also on the county level also, that doesn't happen. The airport terminal, we got glass up on the building now, that's starting to look like an airport terminal now. Also, the EMS fly car program is really working well. People are getting quicker response, being taken care of, we're saving lives, and that's working great. Also, there was I went to my first meeting today. We're doing a study on a sports event center for Sullivan County. We had all the, I would say players, but we had the casino there, the water park, the college, the Villa Roma. We had all the people that are involved in tourism. I think it's gonna be a good fit for the county when it happens, and that's moving forward.
In the town of Fallsburg?
Along with the Business Association. What's that?
Can we get it in the town of Fallsburg?
Well, we did show the site of the college, and, you know, they're doing a feasibility study right now. So there's a lot of parameters that go along with that. It's access on and off, infrastructure, hotels, motels. So, of course, I worked before, so that's that. And also, we had our meeting last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I did talk to the legislature, and we can get some kind of refund back to your chargeback. So going forward, we can help you out with that. It'll probably go through a special program. All right, and that's all I have today.
Thank you.
All right, happy New Year.
That's great news, thank you. All right, Paula, do we have any correspondence?
Yes. I have a letter that was addressed to Councilman Mulcarty about consolidated funding application number 144985. On behalf of Refuah Health Center, I would like to extend our gratitude to you and the town of Fallsburg staff for your efforts in compiling and submitting the Restore New York grant application. The submission of this application represents an important step toward improving the health and well-being of our community, and our dedication make it possible. We are especially thankful to Helen Budrock, Elizabeth Bound, Dylan Harris, Mike Pinella, Jen Edwards, and Paula Grogan, whose contributions went above and beyond their usual responsibilities. Their commitment to ensuring this process was completed on time despite it falling outside their normal job duties speaks volumes about their dedication to the Fallsburg community. At Refuah Health, we are committed to providing comprehensive, high-quality care to all members of our community, and we recognize that this work is made stronger through partnerships like ours. We look forward to continuing to collaborate with Town of Fallsburg to further our shared mission of improving the health and vitality of our region. Thank you once again for your full-time effort and support. Amanda Saltzman. And that's all I have for responses.
Thank you. All right, I would like to now open it up to public comments.
So the first person on my list is Mary Adams.
Okay. Before we start, I just want to reiterate, now there's a 3-minute limit. If you have any questions for the board, ask your questions, we'll write them down. If they pertain to one of our agenda items tonight, then when we get to that agenda item, I will try to address all the questions you have. If it's not pertaining to anything on the agenda tonight, you can ask your questions, and we'll see if maybe if you leave your phone number, we'll try to reach out to you with any answers. Go
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
So I just am interested in some of these resolutions at the very end. Gee, I'm just
Go.
started. So I'm interested in the Chestnut Court Townhouse project and the Sewer and Water Transportation Corporation's involvement there. I'm not sure I understand where that is. And I'm interested in the professional solicitation support services for the ONW Trail, so I'd be interested in more details on that. And also, the zoning code amendment, public hearing, and I guess the sewer law is part of that same zoning amendment document, I think, maybe? Not sure. So I wanted to know what the sewer, it was a separate law. So I'd like to know a little bit more about that sewer law. And since that's coming right up on the 21st, that public hearing. Great, thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
Gary Burrow, please.
How's everybody doing? Happy New Year?
Hold on for a second, we have to reset the timer.
Oh, absolutely.
And Gary, you're gonna have to step over here. Gary, you're gonna have to step over here in the middle.
Okay. Happy New Year again to
We're not
everyone.
ready yet.
No,
Wait.
go ahead,
Go
go.
ahead. Happy New Year,
Trying to
everybody.
steal time.
Time's up.
Go.
It's been around 3 times, Joe.
Okay, you can
Do
go.
a chalet on
You can
this.
go ahead, your time started.
So, several months ago, I appeared before the board and the public regarding an ABA semi-pro men's basketball league. I just wanted to take this opportunity on behalf of my wife to current. We hope to have some real positive news in terms of getting this project off the ground. And I personally wanted to thank the board, especially Dr. Shirley O'Connor, for spearheading everything, as well as legislator Joe Corello. And again, hopefully in the next week or two, we'll be making a major announcement, not only for the team, but hopefully bringing the ABA regional meeting to Sullivan County as well. So again, thank you. I appreciate everything you guys have done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Does anyone want to speak tonight? Does anyone online want to speak tonight?
Yep, I have Abe Rutner. Abe, I'm going to unmute you.
Yeah, you can hear me now?
We hear you.
Yes.
Yes, hi, thank you so much for taking the time. As you know, I'm just an advocate for fairness, and I was never had any conflict of interest whatsoever, not involved in any investment or developments, so to speak. So I would just, first, I want to thank the board for taking up this appointments for the alternate. I know there was some controversy trying to make, so to speak, controversy online, saying that how come the public didn't have a chance to speak about it. So I would like to address, first of all, there was no public, when Steve Burke was terminated from the board then, and there was appointed someone that is not aligned, I would say is very one-track minded to certain issues that I believe the public should have had and input. There was no public outcry then, there was no discussion at all. Same goes with when there was zoning change, and we know exactly what the mission was for religious institutions to make it very difficult for them. No outcry then, there was no transparency question, there was nothing. This is very troubling to me to hear that people have this double standard and they want to know why there is only when it is one type of community on the agenda, then they want to know where the public is, but when it's the opposite, it's agenda driven on the opposite direction, then everything is fine. And this is very troubling to me. Let's face it, the planning board has 90% of the applicants Orthodox people. There is no one in the planning board that is Orthodox. And even now with the alternate position, we're not going to get a voting member. All we're going to have is one liaison to be able to speak and say their mind, and it should be inclusive. That's not a big ask. That's just the minimum that is asked. So I really appreciate this board for not getting hyped under this type of rhetoric. And, and they saw the elephant what it is. And I really appreciate all of you, what you're doing, trying to make sure this town is inclusive to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else want to speak? Okay.
I have Stan.
Stan Wagner?
Yep.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Happy New Year, everybody. With regards to motion 19, 20, and 21, why aren't these positions supposed to get all residents of the town to apply? Just as what's been done in the past, and in fact, the past 6 times online in the last year, including somebody from the zoning board of appeals. Number 2, is the town board now in the habit of doing what's akin to a no-bid contract by not allowing town residents to apply for open positions? And 3, do these prospective appointees actually live in the town year-round? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stan. Anyone else?
Nope.
If we don't have any more public comment, I'm gonna go ahead and close public comment and move on to our agenda items for tonight. All right, so number 1, it's pretty straightforward. This is entertain a motion to approve town board minutes dated 12/17/2024.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 2, motion to approve warrant number 12B24 dated 12/21/2024 in the amount of $422,223.69.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 3, motion to appoint Town Clerk Paula Grogan, Registrar of Vital Statistics, Land Tax Collector, FOIL Officer, and Records Management Officer.
Motion.
Motion.
I have a motion and a second.
Second.
I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 4, motion to appoint Kristen Doyle, Deputy Town Clerk and Deputy Tax Collector.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 5, motion to,
What, excuse me?
Nothing. That's all.
motion to appoint Haley Griffin of the Woodburn Correctional Facility as Town Clerk Designee for the purpose of issuing marriage licenses to inmates with no stipend.
Motion.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor? Aye, motion passes. Number 6, motion to appoint Theodore Hutchins of the Woodburn Correctional Facility as Town Clerk Designee for the purpose of issuing marriage licenses to inmates with no stipend.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor? Aye, motion passes. Number 7, motion to reappoint Richard Baum as attorney for the town.
Motion. Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Aye, motion passes. Number 8, motion to reappoint Bruce Perlmutter as assistant attorney for the town, special prosecutor.
Motion.
I have a motion.
Same from this one.
I
Second.
have a motion.
Hold on on that
On
one.
the motion, the second came from down there.
And you're
I'm gonna
abstaining.
abstain.
Okay.
Who was the second? Jeff?
I think
These
it
are
was
good
Jeff.
stuff, this one.
Jeff?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes, along with 1 abstention. Number 9, motion to reappoint Dylan Harris as attorney for the following roles: special prosecutor to the Town of Fallsburg Assessor's Office, attorney for the Town of Fallsburg Planning Board, attorney for the Town of Fallsburg Zoning Board of Appeals, and special counsel to the Fallsburg Code Enforcement for prosecution of code enforcement matters. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
I
Second.
have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 10, motion to reappoint Kenneth Ellsworth as engineer for the town.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 11, motion to reappoint Brendan Pavisi as chief of police.
Motion.
I
Second.
have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 12, motion to reappoint Scott Du Bois as town controller.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 13, motion to reappoint Joanne Giroux as animal control officer.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 14, motion to reappoint Tracy Lazinski as justice court clerk.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Number 15, motion to reappoint Talia Vargas as justice court clerk.
Motion.
I have a motion
Second.
and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 16, motion to reappoint Art Rosenshine to the position of chairman of the planning board for a term of 1 year to expire December 31st, 2025.
Motion.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 17, motion to reappoint Rabbi Lawrence Zierler to the position of chairman of the zoning board of appeals for a term of 1 year to expire December 31st, 2025.
Motion.
I
Second.
have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 18, motion to reappoint Irv Newmark to the planning board for a 5-year term.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 19, motion to appoint Mike Weber to the planning board as an alternate member for a 5-year term.
Motion.
I
Second.
have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 20, motion to appoint Moshe Kish to the planning board as an alternate member for a 5-year term. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second, all in favor? Aye, motion passes. Any opposed? All right, motion passes. Number 21, motion to appoint Ellie Letterman to the zoning board of appeals for a 5-year term.
Motion.
I have a motion
Second.
and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. You got that, Paula?
Yeah, we're just trying to debate who we're gonna put, so we're putting Miranda and Sean.
Number 22, motion to reappoint Gordon Gilbert as the architectural review consultant. Do I have a motion? I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye, motion passes. Number 23, motion to accept the resignation letter from Dallas Neisher at the last day of 1/3/25 from the police department. Congratulations.
Motion.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye, motion passes. Right, so Dallas was leaving us as a full-time employee, she's coming back to work part-time in a different department. So 24, motion to approve part-time employment of Dallas Deisher as a clerk in the assessor's office with a pay of $19 per hour with a start date of 1/15/25.
Motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 25, motion to approve part-time seasonal employment of Olivia Dworetsky in the town hall with a pay of $16 per hour with a start date of 12/23/24.
Motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 26, motion to approve Supervisor Ben Simone to sign the separation agreement with a particular town employee as discussed in the executive session.
Motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 27, motion to accept the resignation letter from Michael Pinella with the last day of 1/3/25 from the building department.
Motion.
I
Second.
have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 28, motion to approve the employment of Thomas Brawley as the head of the building code, as the head of the building/code department with a start date of 1/27/25 and a salary of $90,000 per year. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 29, Motion to authorize Supervisor Ben Simone, Controller Scott DuBois, Town Clerk Paula Grogan, and Deputy Town Clerk Kristen Doyle to open competitive bids for purchase, contracts, and other public works matters after such bids are authorized by the town board.
Motion.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor? Aye, motion passes. Number 30, motion to designate the following banks as depositories of the town funds, subject to a letter in which the bank would secure the checking accounts and certificates of deposit. Webster National Bank, First National Bank of Jeffersonville, J.P. Morgan Chase, M&T Bank, and New York Class.
Motion.
I
Second.
have a motion and a second, all in favor? Aye, motion passes. Number 31, motion to re-adopt the town of Fallsburg procurement policy.
Motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 32, motion to authorize town controller Du Bois as signee for all bank transactions in addition to Supervisor Ben Simone.
Motion.
I
Second.
have a motion and a second, all in favor? Aye, motion passes. Number 33, motion to authorize town controller Du Bois to perform wire transfers for the town of Fallsburg investments in addition to Supervisor Ben Simone. Do I have a motion?
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in
Aye.
favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
I'm sorry, who was that?
Me, Miranda.
Okay, sorry.
I have a slight, edit to number 34. There are now 3 additional polling places, or 3 additional districts in the town of Fallsburg, 10, 11, and 12, which are gonna be, together with District 1 and 9 at the Municipal Firehouse in Woodridge. So number 34, motion to designate the following town of Fallsburg locales as official polling places. District 1, 9, 10, 11, 12 at Municipal Hall Fire, which is the firehouse in Woodridge. District 2 and 8, Woodburn Firehouse. District 3, Loch Sheldrake Firehouse. District 4 and 7, Senior/Youth Center in South Fallsburg. District 5, Mountaindale Firehouse. And District 6, Hurleyville Firehouse. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
I have a motion, do I have a
Second.
and a second, all in favor? Motion passes. Number 35, motion to authorize the reimbursement rate for people approved to use their own vehicles for town business at 70 cents per mile, which is set by the IRS.
Motion.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor? Aye, motion passes. Number 36, motion to designate the Sullivan County Democrat as the official newspaper of the town of Fallsburg, the Times Herald Record as the official newspaper when the need for a timely advertisement cannot be satisfied with the bi-weekly paper.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 37, motion to authorize any member of the town board, the town clerk, chairman of the planning board, chairman of the zoning board, the code enforcement officer, the town controller, the chief of police, and the public works commissioner to attend the Association of Towns meetings in New York City to be held in February 2025, and that their actual and necessary expenses shall be audited and allowed as a town charge.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Number 38, motion to authorize council member Miranda Behan to vote as representing the town board of the town of Fallsburg at the 2025 Association of Towns meeting.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 39, motion to authorize council member Dr. Sean Walcarty as alternate to vote as representing the town board of the town of Fallsburg at the 2025 Association of Towns meeting.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Aye, motion passes. Number 40, motion to authorize the town clerk to attend the New York State Town Clerks Association Annual Conference and Training School in April 2025.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 41, so this has to do with the undertaking, which will also apply to number 43. Essentially, town officials that have the potential to handle money usually we have an additional insurance policy to take out in case of errors, omissions, fraud, or anything like that. So what we're doing here is we're setting the bond limits for that insurance policy to up to $100,000. So number 41, motion to set the bonding limits of town officials and approve the form and sufficiency of undertaking in the amount of $100,000.
Motion.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 42 is to approve the 2025 golf rates. The 2025 golf rates for seasonal passes did go up a modest amount, but most notably, there were no changes to any youth under the age of 18 for town residents and all Sullivan County residents. So while all the fees went up just a little bit to help cover our expenses, the fees for children under the age of 18 have remained the same. So number 42, motion to approve the 2025 golf rates.
Motion.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor? Aye, motion passes. Number 43, I touched on this before, resolution number 1 of 2025 of the town board of the town of Fallsburg to approve the town of Fallsburg official undertaking of municipal officers.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor? Aye, motion passes. See, I don't know how to articulate this in the best way, so I'm gonna let Richard do this. Resolution number 2.
This is a resolution, because the town must consent to formation of water and sewer transportation corporations. This is involving an old project that was approved. There is water and sewer infrastructure on the site, and in order for them to collect money and pay the town, the transportation corporations have to be formed, and the predicate for formation is consent of the town, and this is consistent with all of the policies of the town in the past, and has escrows for certain things and so on to ensure that they're performing their obligations.
So essentially, they need to form a corporation in order for the transaction to take place.
For them to be able to bill. In other words, only certain entities can bill for water and sewer. Water and sewer, it's an ancient term. Transportation corporation covers steam, gas, water. It's just what the statute is. So I believe that's the moving of the commodities. But for them to carry out building infrastructure and paying the town for the services, the corporation is required.
Okay. So number 44, resolution number 2 of 2025 of the town of Fallsburg approving water transportation corporations and sewer transportation corporations for Chestnut Court Townhouses project, SBL number 39-1-94. Do I have a motion?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye, motion passes. So this one, the next one has to do with the O&W Rail Trail. Alta Planning and Design is the main consultant working on this project on the county side. They essentially designed the project up till now. We have 8 different funding sources, most of which are grants. One of which, a big chunk of it is, I believe, a federal or state grant that requires us to have a full-time inspector at the site, in order to sign off on the work there. So essentially what we're doing is we're authorizing up to, I think, a maximum of $6,500, $7,500 to pay Alta Engineering to design an RFP for us to be able to go out for these services. So number 45, resolution 3 of 2025, authorizing the town of Fallsburg to retain Alta Planning and Design Incorporated as consultant to provide professional solicitation support services in connection with the town of Fallsburg, Sullivan O&W Rail Trail, Neversink Trail Gap Construction.
Motion.
Can we have discussion on that motion?
Sure.
So, is this part of the county plan that we're doing by the tunnel, or is this something independent?
This is the bridge that goes over
Right.
the Neversink.
So, you might be able to do a piggyback off of us, because we had the same type of standards with engineering and stuff, so we might be doing double the engineer work when we could just piggyback off the county's end.
No, this is something separate. Alta is your engineer as well.
Right.
But this is specifically to set up and obtain a contractor for construction management and inspection. It's a really narrow engagement for them to come up with this RFP and identify qualified contractors which is beyond the capability of the town to do for that inspection, because remember, county is the big partner.
Right.
And we're the local sponsor.
Right, so you're gonna actually transfer those grants and, those grants to the county, because
This isn't covered by grant.
Yeah, this is our.
This is a narrow engagement to obtain construction management and inspection.
I believe it was the county that directed us to do this.
It's been in conjunction with the county.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
There's a lot
I know there's a lot of-
moving parts.
That's for sure.
Yeah. All right, so, again, resolution number 3 of 2025, authorizing the town of Fallsburg to retain Alta Planning and Design Incorporated as consultant to provide professional solicitation support services in connection with the town of Fallsburg, Sullivan O&W Rail Trail and Everson Trail Gap construction.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 46 has to do with just setting a public hearing regarding amendments to the zoning code. So there are, I believe, a number of proposed zoning changes, some of which were initiated by the board. I believe it was regards to allowing commercial use in an industrial zone. One change, one voluntary change we're looking to make. And then there's a number of changes that our attorneys have recommended that we make changes in order to be in compliance with certain laws. Nonetheless, we're, on the 21st, we're looking to have a public hearing to discuss this in more detail. So number 46, resolution number 4 of 2025 to schedule a public hearing date and time in regards to amendments to the zoning code for 12125 at 6 p.m.
Motion.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. So this one, I'm gonna let Richard explain this one too.
This is a relatively narrow amendment. We are amending the sewer law to come to compliance with expectations from the DEC because there was one provision that on a review of either a water or sewer project where the DEC had input, they had examined our statute and they said, even though we were requiring the projects all to go to DEC, that our statute did not have a specific provision that said any extensions and any water and sewer additions are subject to DEC approval. It is a predicate. They don't get built because the DEC stops them if you don't have approval, but it was to bring our statute into compliance. So that's what that's about. It's a technical change.
Okay.
And it was at a direction, there was a letter that we did receive from the DEC directing us to make a change to insert their authority into our statute.
So we haven't received a copy of the specific changes, but we will.
We have, it's been circulated in draft, but you will have the local law on your desks.
All right, so all this does is set the public hearing for
That's all it
the
does.
first time.
Doesn't pass anything, just sets a public hearing.
So number 47, resolution number 5 of 2025 to schedule a public hearing date and time in regards to amendments to sewer law for 12125 at 6 p.m. Do I have a motion?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. All right, next I believe we need to go into executive session, so I'm gonna entertain a motion to enter into executive session for the purposes of discussing personnel matters, and no other business.
Before we do that real quick, I could see by taxpayer and legislator Joey Perla's face that he's concerned about resolution number 3. I know we already authorized it, but can we just double check with the county that
No, we have to do this,
you're confident?
100%.
I'll look into it also anyways.
I'll explain more.
Yeah.
I'll talk to,
I mean, we don't have to put it out to bid until we verify it,
Right.
so all this does is,
Yeah, that part goes out to bid, but the professional services are within procurement. And it is the existing engineer for the project. And the county has spent significant
right.
money with all.
Yeah, well, listen, I'll look into it.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, we can do it some other
Oh,
way.
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, before spending the money, let's double check and make sure.
It does make, to me, it does make
I'm
any sense.
pretty sure,
even though
remember when
those-
they told us we had to do this in that
We
meeting
have
that,
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, I'll look into it.
I'll make a motion to.
Enter into executive session.
Second.
All right, I have a second. A motion and a second, all in favor? Aye, motion passes. We don't anticipate any further business after executive session tonight. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Thank you.
Question,
Photo.
when the town gave it
Group photo. Newspaper.
the kids are gonna say,
What was that?
No, he's not.
The rating is gonna end up costing us a lot more than we expected.
Where are you going? Wait a minute, the newspaper wants a group photo.
I'm back here.
What are,
I'm walking around Sunday night.
I just gotta grab these guys.
High of like 60 and lows of 40s.
Come on, guys.
My wife won't call it. How do I turn on?
the good side of it, the public side.
We'll take the picture out.
What are we having, a union meeting yet?
Smile, everybody.
Who's the union?
Steve. Joey.
No, no, I don't. I wanna get out.
Cousin?
Yeah, take care
I
of
feel
it.
sorry for you.
I wanna get out.
Yeah, I'm sorry as well. Take care of it. Perfect.